The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the July 2nd, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day here with a bit of a mixed bag. The mix is really coming from the Dow, which is off 70 points. New York Stock Exchange is down 25 points. The other U.S. indices are trading to the upside. S&P 14 points, 152 for the NASDAQ, 15 for the Russell, 100 for the trannies, 103 for the semis, 175 for the NASDAQ Composite. Gold is trading out at, where'd Goldilocks go? 33.53. That's up $4. Silver's up 26 cents at 36.66. Light sweet crude print out 65.96. That's up 51 cents. And an 8-cent move today in natural gas printing out right now at 3.49. If we take a look at the daily time frame, it says DTD9, the third column from the right of my screen here that shows this little market analyzer, if you will. You can see a number of stars that are formed, 8s and 9s out there. That's identifying potential TD9 count tops. For example, here's the Dow. Disregard the profile levels on these charts, but if you take a look at the Dow Jones Cash Index out here, you can see we formed bar number 8 yesterday. It was the high of the pattern. Therefore, we got the star. That star tells us that we've got a valid TD9 count pattern that is forming. You still have to form bar number 9. In this case here, that would be a close above bar number 5. Looks to me like that's going to unfold today. So you got a TD9 count top that's going to confirm today and complete tomorrow. Remember, the high of the pattern can be on the bar following bar number 9. At the same time that the Dow is doing that, the cash indice on a weekly basis made its way back to its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. No topping pattern, but sometimes just getting back to resistance, in this case here, where price is broken down from 636.19 can be a top. Monthly time frame still has its top with a with that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, I should say. The 30-minute time frame chart for the Dow Cash Index has got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator and TD9 count topping pattern. That suggests that price should make its way down to 43,916. What else do we have out here? Well, high-grade copper. Let's go see what the weekly chart is doing. I had mentioned the daily during the update. Didn't know what the weekly was doing off the top of my head. The high-grade copper is completing a TD9 count top today. It's doing so on the daily time frame at profile resistance or above profile resistance at 515. However, at 521, you've got the TD9 count breakdown resistance level. Now, what should unfold here? Price should retrace back towards 515. That's the top of the profile, 507 to 505. It's oscillating and change on the more likely outcome. On a weekly time frame, prices trading above profile resistance. So you got a profile change in trend there. It's also trading into a swing point. That's a swing point for March 28th. Volume there for high-grade copper, contract-wise, 39,000 contracts. This week, we are with 84,000. So prices pushed into that with volume. If the daily time, so this suggests to Stevie that we're about to get a little bit of a short-term pullback inside of high-grade copper. My guess would be 1 to 2 days. That's a typical knee-jerk reaction low, and then price resumes higher. On a monthly time frame, we do have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. And that requires a close above $5.46 to negate that signal. We take a look at daily signals out here. How about the 30-year Treasury and the 10-year note? Both have formed bar number 8 yesterday. The question is, will they form bar number 9 today? And the answer to that question is probably not. Not unless we see some kind of rally out here. Why is that? Because in order to form a TD9 count top, the 30-year Treasury must close above the close of bar number 5. That number is 114.30. I think I said 13. It's 114.30 when I did the update out there. We're at 114.22. So maybe it's got a chance if it does. And it's got a brand new profile as well. Price testing both its oscillator and change line support as well as the center of that profile out here. So first, one thing at a time, see if we get a TD9 count top. What if we don't get a TD9 count top? Well, more likely than not, we're going to have a consolidation with inside its daily profile. If I pull this back just a tad so we can really see this chart out here, we can also see that price made its way back to its TD9 count breakdown here at 116 even Steven. Only a close above that is going to suggest that we move on to higher price out there. That's the 30-year. Let's take a look at the 10-year note. See if it's similar, which it most likely is. And by similar, I'm referring to where is price traded in relationship to bar number 5 for its daily time frame. Bar number 5 had a close of 112.005. We're at 235 out here. So we are trading below that level. You also have a new profile that is formed. You've got resistance at 112.07, support down at the 111.13 area. So we may not get a TD9 count top. We did get price on the daily time frame for the 10-year note to also get back to its breakdown level 112.04. So we'll watch those levels out here. What other TD9 count signals do we have on the daily time frame? We've got the IWM. The IWM will form a TD9 count top today if price closes above bar number 5. That seems like a likely outcome as we are trading above both daily profile resistance and its oscillator and change line. Now this pattern will complete tomorrow. The daily time frame chart, that is. The weekly time frame chart does not have any kind of a topping pattern. Price is above resistance. That's at 214.08. That signal wants to make a move to the 227.67. So much like high grade copper, it looks like we're getting a signal here to prepare or anticipate a retracement of probably 2 days, your knee-jerk reaction, before the IWM resumes its move higher. There is a 30-minute time frame out here that has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and a close above 220.53 would negate that signal. That's the IWM. Let's take a look at the XLF. The XLF will likely form a TD9 count topping pattern today. It'll do so as long as price closes above the price level of 51.79. We're at 52.36 out there. Price should pull back then towards the 51.94, 51.57 area. In the case of the weekly time frame chart, let me get rid of that Gartley buy pattern that it had formed out here. Let me just get rid of that. Let's open up the weekly time frame chart, get a better feel. So the weekly time frame chart, this will be more important for tomorrow, is testing the swing point high of 52.64. Now that had 393 million shares. We're at 89 million shares. We got a shortened trading week. It's not going to have the volume, but it looks like we could get a test and rejection of that high on the weekly time frame. That would also be suggesting to prepare for a retracement. 51.57, a likely outcome for the XLF. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. As mentioned, the NQ yesterday formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It did it with that bear sash candle. That's the upper left-hand chart. You can see prices trading with inside its profile. That profile's got support at 22,250.75 resistance, 22,934.75. Now, on a 5-hour time frame chart, which had a TD9 count top out here, and this is really for Nicholas, who wanted me to review the NQs as well. Price did find support at its breakout level of 22,600. Can't break it to the downside. Now price is trying to break it to the upside. Upside here would be 22,866. The 4-hour time frame chart had wave number 7 top, found support at the bottom of its profile, 22,626. The 2-hour time frame chart had a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, found support at its breakout level, 22,596. So support has held. The bottom row of charts, at least the 60 and 30-minute time frame chart, each formed Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottoms this morning. We are rallying above resistance. Next resistance level is going to be 22,885.60. 22,885 period for the 60-minute time frame chart for the NQ. The 15-minute time frame chart here, the 10-minute chart negated a TD9 count. The 15-minute chart is going to complete or is going to confirm a TD9 count pattern in 11 minutes. Now, it will complete that pattern at 11:45 out there. Now, so it's a 15-minute chart. If you're looking intraday here, Nicholas, that you'd keep your eye on, that could take us back towards the 22,747-ish area out there. It may negate that signal, and that suggests that we continue the rally up towards that 22,866 to 22,934 level out there. So that's the review of the NQs. Let's go take a look at QUBT. That's for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. QUBT is trading out right now at a price point of 1885. It is consolidated with inside its daily profile. It's consolidating after it had formed a TD9 count top. If you look at the weekly time frame, it'll complete a TD9 count topping pattern tomorrow. That ought to take price back towards the 1468, 1515 level out there. 1536 is profile support on a daily time frame. If price were to get below that, then 1166 would be wide open. The monthly time frame chart suggests to you and I that what's going on here with QUBT is nothing more than a daily or weekly little correction out there because of those topping patterns. So I wouldn't, the monthly chart is just fine. At least it is at the moment. So the more likely outcome is that we see, as we get back towards that 1515 area. That's on the weekly time frame chart. That's QUBT. Of course, a close above its TD9 count pattern, that would be up at 2174. You'd be off to the races to the upside. Dunk, you also wanted to take a look at Ford out here. Let's go see what F is doing. Ford trading out right now at... drum roll, please. 1164. Having one heck of a nice day. Next couple of days, a nice week out here. Nice couple of weeks. But what's going on right now with regard to Ford is today is going to become bar number 9 of a TD9 count. That pattern will complete tomorrow. That's going to suggest a retracement. That retracement ought to take us back towards its oscillator and change line. That's at about the 1095 level. The weekly time frame chart is forming an A to B equals CD pattern. Is it with volume? Well, the B point is May 23rd swing, volume of 384 million shares being taken out this week with 282. Now, we have a shortened trading week. Tomorrow we've got just a few hours, and we're closed on Friday out there. Someone would have to do the math. The math in my head says we're taking out that swing point with lighter volume. Nonetheless, you've taken it out. You've got an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, a price projection area of, we got to grab the right tool. That's the first thing you got to do. So we'll grab our actual line tool. We'll do the old copy and paste and assemble. Copy, paste, now assemble this puppy. And that gets us a 1-to-1 reading up towards the 1228-ish level out there. But pay attention there, Dunk, to the daily time frame. We should be getting probably what amounts to a 2-day retracement. Now, that may not start until Monday. And I would say likely doesn't begin until Monday out there. Monthly time frame, we're back inside his profile, but it's so early in the month, too early to make that call. Hope that helps you out. Phil wants to take a look at Auto Nation out there. AN is a ticker symbol. Phil, nice to hear from you. We've got Auto Nation that is trading above a profile resistance, closed above it yesterday, closed above a Rhodes momentum indicator top in the daily time frame. Phil, Auto Nation wants to run higher. The weekly time frame chart is trading above resistance, as is the monthly time frame chart. Let's open up this monthly time frame chart. Are we at new all-time highs? Looks like the answer to that question is a yes, sir. We most certainly are. So where is price headed to? Wow. Well, I would say that there's likely a retracement of 0.382 out here. So here's one A to B equals CD pattern. That's we're going to be copy and paste to see where we're kind of at with regard to the original larger A to B equals CD pattern. Should be probably about right there. So this has made the 1-to-1. It's making the 1-to-1 price projection right now. Nothing wrong with that. We also have a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. So what this is telling you, Phil, this is the monthly time frame. So if there's an A to B on the monthly, there's the same A to B on the weekly, same A to B on the daily. So what you're watching for here is a daily time frame chart. If it were to form a bearish reversal candle, that would identify at least a short-term top. If you look at the dance steps, the cadence down below, you can see most of the times this does a 2 to 3 day pullback out there. So I would expect that to unfold. And the weekly and the monthly, again, same pattern. They would need bearish reversal candles to identify a top out there. So, Phil, I hope that helps you out, and best of luck to you on that trade. Sharky wants to take a look at ticker symbol Jabba the Hutt. HUT is the ticker symbol, and his question is buy, sell, or hold. Well, if we take a look at the daily time frame, it's in a hold mode for sure. Whether you want to buy or add to your position, that's up to you. You're in bar number 7. We're trading above... it looks like A to B equals CD patterns out there. We'll look to the weekly time frame chart for that. The weekly time frame chart, by the way, tomorrow looks like it'll negate a TD9 count top. That says hold. So we don't even need the A to B equals CD pattern. Where's price headed to? Well, it's headed to 22.66. Steve, I thought you were going to say $24 I was, but then I looked at the monthly time frame chart and see that resistance at 22.66. So that's where price is headed to next. If price can close above 22.66, you will see the $24 mark. That's the weekly TD9 count breakdown resistance area. This would be or could be 4 months to the upside. So you would expect that you would see on a monthly basis some type of retracement after the end of the month. Daily looks good. Weekly looks good. Should continue to motor on higher. 22.66 being that next price target. You say hold or not. I can't find any reason to not hold. On to Java, the HUT. H-U-T is the ticker symbol. Who was that? Mr. Bill, I believe it was Mr. Bill. And if it wasn't Mr. Bill, then my apology to Mr. Bill and whoever it really requested it. But that is to take a look at, oh, that wasn't it. Well, it was sort of this, but actually the request was more specific. The request was to look at the 4 instruments that Stevie uses to monitor the S&P 500 for the daily time frame. And that would be this being the S&P cash indice, left-hand chart. What does that show us? It shows we're in bar number 7, no topping pattern. There is an A to B equals CD that is out there as well. So much like we just took a look at, if we were to get a daily bearish reversal candle, that would identify a top. ES Mini, bar number 7. SPY, bar number 7. RSP, the equal-weighted ETF, also bar number 7. So no topping pattern in place right now today. What's needed is a spike above yesterday's high inside the RSP and a spike above the high from 2 days ago for the other 3 instruments to potentially form a TD9 count topping pattern. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, You choose the direction. Visit direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We are taking a look at AQST. This is for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. Dan, we've got price consolidated with inside its daily profile and entering the sell zone. The sell zone is basically between where we're printing right now at about it's at 358 to 370. It's got a TD9 count top. It requires a close above that high, which is 382, in order to suggest that it wants to move higher. That's the daily time frame. The weekly time frame says I do want to move higher. I'm trading above profile resistance out there, so it's really up to the daily. Now, the daily is moving into that swing point from June 6th. That had volume of 2.1 million shares so far today. You're in it with 515. 515 says about a 1.5 million share a day out there, so you're moving into that swing point with light volume. Weekly time frame chart, as I mentioned, it's in bullish mode, and the monthly time frame chart is a consolidation with inside its profile. Longer term, the current message, however, it's only July the 2nd, but if price can remain above for the entire month, 331, that's going to signal that price wants to make a move eventually up to 544. So that's what's going on. We take a look at AQST. Dan, you also want to look at the GSM out here. So let's pull that set of charts up. GSM is trading at $4.11. It is trading above its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. It did form a TD9 count bottom. Closing above 405 is a very positive thing. However, 416 is the next resistance point. That is the weekly profile resistance area. Above that, your next resistance area would be at 439. That is the monthly profile resistance area. You got to like the daily bottom signals out here. You've got a wave number 7 signal on the weekly time frame chart, a TD9 count pattern on the monthly time frame chart. So GSM does have some nice bottoms. Now it's dealing with that resistance area. So that's going to be between 416 and 439. Hope that gave the information you were looking for there, Dan. Let's go take a look at APGE out here for Jambalaya. APGE is trading at $46.42. Having a heck of a day. It is in wave number 7. So it did trigger wave number 7. It triggered that yesterday. It's continued that today. It will continue that tomorrow if we see a higher high. What requires to confirm that top is a lower high out there. If we do get that top, that would signal a move back towards the top of its profile at 43.91. The weekly time frame chart is trading above profile resistance at 44.01. It's signaling it wants to make its next move, which is $50.56. There's nothing on the daily chart that says that can't happen other than that wave number 7 signal. Monthly time frame chart consolidation with inside its bullish structured profile. A close at month's end above 45.85 is going to signal to you, Jambalaya, that price wants to eventually make a move to 61.82. And that's what's going on. We take a look at Apogee. APGE is a ticker symbol. I'm not actually sure what the name of the company is. You also wanted to take a look at Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. REGN is the ticker symbol. Regeneron trading out at 549.23. The daily time frame has a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, a signal out here. Price is trading above profile resistance. We're in bar number 7. It looks like it's inside this gap. So, I'd say it wants to continue to move higher. However, and here's the however. Price is also dealing with the bottom of its profile. That's at 548.22. We are at 549.23. See where this closes tomorrow. If we're back below 548.22, resistance will have held on the weekly time frame. That's what is slowing down the daily chart. Now, if price can get back inside there, then what you're watching for is the next price level, and that would be at 570.45. 570.45, or between where price is trading right now and 570.45 is where a counter trend move would come to an end. I'm not saying it's only a counter trend move. I'm saying that's where a counter trend move would come to an end. And the reason why I would say it's not a counter trend move is because Regeneron finally completed or is going to complete this month a TD9 count bottom. It confirmed that month a couple of days ago. Now to complete that pattern, can make a lower low out there, but it looks to me like we should rally for this next month, maybe 2 to 4 months out there, which would be your typical traditional type move. So Regeneron looks pretty decent on the daily time frame. The weekly is the bugger out there, but if you get back inside profile, come tomorrow, it won't be such a bugger, and you should continue to move higher. Again, 570.45 would be that next area to keep your eye on. Dan in Chicago wants to take a look at AXON. So let's see if we've got those charts here. I don't know if I was able to get to. Yeah, we do. AXON is trading out at 767.58 and happens to be testing the bottom of its daily profile, Dan. You were looking for upside potential. First, let me share with you that yesterday was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top for its daily time frame. And so where your eyes are glued to right now is 765.44. We're trading at 767.58. If we close below profile support, and again, you're looking for upside potential, I can share with you the downside is 729.14. So a close below profile support, 765.44, is very likely going to take us to 729.14. What happens if 729.14 doesn't hold? Well, then, Dan, that's going to take us down to 740.30. If 740.30 doesn't hold, then it's going to be 696.07. Those were profile levels on a weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, it looks like it could, at least at this moment in time, could form a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Does it need to do that? No, it doesn't. It already has a TD9 count top, and price is testing that key level of support. It's actually just slightly below it. That's that green oscillator and change on 768.64. So Dan in Chicago, you got a daily top, a weekly top. Shoot, you could actually get a monthly top, but it's only July 2nd out here. You're looking for upside potential. I'd be focused on downside potential right now with the signals that we're seeing, because downside, you can easily get back to the 657 level out there. Again, one step at a time. Watch the daily profile support today. Watch it tomorrow as well. We close below that, 729.14. You close below that, 740.30 becomes the numbers to take a look at. No reason for me to come up with any upside potential, only because I don't have a pattern here to suggest that that's what we should do. So, Dan, I do hope that helps you out, and have a fantastic weekend. Tom writes in, and Tom wants to take a look at TAS. TAS, I believe, is the I don't recall if that's the long or short position. But I'm not going to look at that for you, Tom. I'm sorry, just not going to do it. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the IWM. Well, Stevie, why are you only looking at the IWM? Because that's really what we want to take a look at out here. You don't want to use your double or triple ETF to make your decisions about what's going on inside the market. In fact, I would say if you're trading the Russell 2000, gain access to the futures contract so you can see what's going on there. You don't have to trade it, but you want to understand the patterns. Short of that, at least go take a look at the IWM. Use its profiles and its setup information. So here's what we know about the IWM. The IWM is going to go ahead and form a TD9 count top today. It'll complete that pattern tomorrow. That says that price should at least pull back towards 215.93, perhaps 213.85. That's a daily time frame chart. When we come back from this breakout here, we'll finish looking at the IWM for Tom. We'll look at UPS for Mohammed, XYZ for Mohammed, MOS for Sharky. Be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So let's do this here. We got to clear it up. Tom is actually looking at like the TAS market profiles for BTAL. So let's go ahead and get that up on our screen out there, and we'll just bypass the IWM and the TZA out there, which is really what I've got up on my screen right now. So let's just try to get the instrument that you're looking for, BTAL. And what you asked for specifically was the TAS market profile support and resistance, as well as TD9 counts out there. Now I see it. Okay. So if you're looking for support on a daily time frame, we're trading below at 1766 is support. That's your TAS market profile. 1819 is resistance. You're trading below profile support on a weekly time frame. 1798 is the bottom of that profile. You are also trading below 1763, which is a TD9 count breakout resistance area. We closed below that last week. Looks like we're going to close below that this week. This is suggesting lower price. We are trading below profile support on a monthly time frame, 1797 out there. This is suggesting that it wants to make a move back towards, at least I would say, the high of November 21 out there. And that's at 1719. So it looks to me like that's what is being signaled to you, because you're going to negate a weekly TD9 count bottom pattern. Likely, you'll do that if tomorrow there is a close below 1761. So 1761 is the magic number. You're at 1756 right now. You close below 1761, and this is telling you about lower price out there. Forget about, and it's traded below all support. So basically, those support numbers are what become resistance. So thanks for helping clear that up. Sorry that I just didn't see it correctly to begin with. Mohammed wants to take a look at ticker symbol UPS out here. So let's go take a look at it, see what UPS is doing. Trading out at 105.37. Trade above the top of its daily profile and its screen oscillator and change line. Says it wants to make a move up to 107.13. What's a 107.13, Stevie? That's the bottom of its weekly profile. That's something you're looking for. If you're long UPS, you certainly want to see price get into that. When it gets into that, what's it mean, Stevie? Well, then it means that we ought to see a run up towards the bottom of its, up towards its monthly oscillator and change line. The oscillator and change line is printing out at about 109.80. That's also the center of its monthly profile. Anything to be concerned about on the daily time frame chart? No. Not just yet. However, if this continues to rally tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, we're in bar number 7 today, you could get a daily TD9 count top. So everything looks okay. Looks like it wants to continue to rally, but we really got to take a look at this thing Monday and Tuesday of next week out there on the daily time frame to get a feel for what it might be signaling to you and I. Now, it could be signaling just simply a retracement back towards the 99.77 or 101.27 level out there. That's what I see, Mohammed. We take a look at the charts for UPS. You'd also like to look at X, Y, and Z out there. So let's go see what X, Y, and Z is actually doing. It's trading at $69.98 out there. It's in bar number 7. It's above daily profile and its oscillator and change line. It has taken out a swing point. It's a swing point that was traded back on June 9th in volume there, 7 million shares. When that was taken out, it was taken out with 5.6. 7.2 yesterday, 7.2 versus 7.1. So you've got what looks like a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. My concern is I'm not sure if that's a 0.382 retracement. The high from the June 9th high to the low, which looks like it's probably the low on June 18th or the low on June 13th out there. But regardless of that, you're in bar number 7 today. I'm not seeing any reason why this is not going to rally tomorrow or Monday. So this could be setting up a TD9 count top as well. That would be between tomorrow, Thursday, and next Tuesday. The weekly time frame chart will end the week with bar number 8. That says a top could form in XYZ between this week and the next 2. Short of that, price should rally up towards 73.90. But it's likely that the daily will take control of XYZ because of its potential for its TD9 count top. So again, we need to come back and take a look at this. Not really tomorrow, but more so on Monday and Tuesday of next week. On a monthly time frame, price is traded with inside its profile. Support at 59.43, resistance up at 77.13. That's what's taking place when we take a look at the charts for X, Y, and Z. Sharky inside the Tiger's Den would love to take a look at the charts for Mosaic, so let's go do it. MOS is the ticker symbol. Mosaic is trading out at 37.60. It's trading into a swing point from back on June 4th that had volume of 4.7 million shares. We're trading into it so far with 1.9 million shares. You're trading into that swing point with volume. Your price is able to close above 37.69. You're at 37.57. You'll take out that swing point, and that'll suggest that you continue to move higher. Move higher to where? Well, the weekly time frame chart also has that same swing point volume there, 31 million shares. So for the week out here, we're at 13 million shares. Again, a shortened trading week. It still doesn't seem to equate to Stevie from a volume standpoint that you're pushing high out here. But nonetheless, I don't see a topping pattern. So it should at least go for those highs, even if it's with light volume. The monthly time frame for Mosaic is in all-out bullish mode, with the one exception being we have traded higher for 4 consecutive months out there. Let's open up Mosaic and see what this thing has typically done in the past. Well, we've seen this thing run for 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 months in a row out there. So the 4 months, maybe that's not going to stop things. I would say just be careful. It's already 4 months. We're in month number 5 out there, but there's no resistance on the monthly time frame chart. So the monthly isn't slowing things down. The weekly, maybe. The daily, maybe just a little bit. But, Sharky, that's what I see when I take a look at the charts there for Mosaic. They look pretty decent out here. Hope that helps you out. Bob in Spokane would like to go take a look at ENVX. So let's see. Did Stevie get those charts up on our screen? He most certainly did. ENVX is trading out at 11.09 right now. It's trading inside its monthly profile. That's between the zone of 636 and 1183. 1183 being your resistance level. The weekly time frame has a nice TD9 count bottom. Price wants to target 1239 out there. It's got to deal with 1183, the monthly top of its profile. The daily time frame for ENVX, it is traded above profile resistance at 1080. That's you're trading at 1108 right now. Bar number 7 today. Assuming that this rally should continue, there's no reason for it not to, based on looking at the daily, based on looking at the weekly, and even based on looking at the monthly. But if it does do that rally, you could get a TD9 count top that forms between tomorrow and Tuesday. So, Bob, much like I had to share with Mohammed, how about if we circle back? I won't remember this. I've already deleted them from my list of things to do out there. But please join me on Monday, Tuesday next week, and let's look at ENVX, and hopefully Mohammed will have us do the same game for those two instruments. Now, Stevie has gotten through of everything, I believe. I think I have gotten through everything inside the Tiger's Den. Let me just check real quickly here. We're about to go to a break in just a few seconds. Greg writes in. Greg wants to take a look at CRISPR, CRSP. Let's see if we get these charts up on our screen. For him, he's got a small position. Give some support and resistance level. So CRISPR is trading above resistance. That becomes support. Daily time frame 47.71. It's got a daily TD9 count pattern that's under attack. A close above 51.52 would be a bullish signal. It would negate that daily TD9 count top. You're trading above weekly profile resistance 47.66. That becomes support. Your only resistance level is on the monthly time frame from a profile standpoint. That's up at 77.35. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back. So, yes, I would hold off. The question was on CRISPR, is now the time to add to the shares? And the answer is no, because of that TD9 count top. You're so close to it. Let price close above 51.52. If it does that on that daily time frame, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, or what have you, that's really your signal that this wants to add the higher price out there. Nothing wrong with doing it right now, but you got that top in place. You'd like to see it get taken out. So that's what we see. We take a CRISPR out there. CRSP is a ticker symbol. Kate wants to take a look at CRM. As we take a look at CRM, what I see out here, Kate, on the daily time frame is a sideways consolidation. I think you said you have the 280 calls out here. I don't see it getting to 280. Right? Well, let's take a look at the daily time frame. It's got a nice daily TD9 count bottom. That has led to a consolidation. That we can clearly see. The first time that price was up in this area, June 6th, volume 7.5 million shares. The next time was 8.5 million shares. That's on June 30th. So that's good. Now, prices pulled back for 2 consecutive days out here. This could be day number 3. And price is testing this oscillator and change line. That's at 267.29. If price closes below 267.29, that's going to be an indication that price wants to pull back to its buy zone. And the buy zone is between 257 and 260. If this level holds, that would be a positive, but you still are contending with the top of that consolidation pattern. That's the daily time frame. The weekly time frame shows that we may close below its red oscillator and change line. A close tomorrow below approximately 269.68. I have to say approximately because the number is going to change by pennies up and down as price moves up and down. But if price closes below its red oscillator and change line, not terrible. But then you'd have support at 263.48. It would still be signaling lower price. That's the point. Now, support is at 263.48. You're trading into a swing point from back on April 11th. Weekly had 49 million shares. So far for this week, we're only at 17 million shares. Kate, that's what I see. I see resistance. Even the monthly chart shows resistance at 273.25. I don't see it getting at 280 anytime soon. But anything can happen. Folks, stay tuned for great programming. I'll be back with you tomorrow to close out our July 4th special. Of course, it's only July 3rd. Take care. Have a wonderful Wednesday, folks.